us now is Mike Palmer, the owner of Premier Pet Supply, with us again on the MegaCast. They have 12 locations in the Metro Detroit area, including places like Rochester Hills, Novi, Beverly Hills, Troy, and right up the street here from us in West Bloomfield Township. Mike, thank you for being with us again.
Hey, good morning. Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate having you on again. And so as we're approaching the holiday this week, people are doing that last-minute gift shopping for their friends, for their family, but they're also doing possibly some shopping for their pets as well as we approach that holiday. What are some gift ideas for pets that are flying off the shelves at this time over at Premier Pet Supply?
I say we always have a lot of fun this time of year. It's our busiest month, and this happens to be our busiest week of the year. And it's fun because people come in, they're excited to spoil their pets. And more times than not, we get a lot of people coming in the store to spoil other people's pets. When they don't know what to buy someone, buying something for their pet is very thoughtful. And then usually you don't have to worry about if it's the right color, the right size, if it'll fit, it'll fit. So it's a great thing to do for neighbors and friends and relatives. But what we actually, we love doing, being that we're Michigan, we're a local company, we love supporting Michigan local companies. And one of our favorites is Fluff and Tough. Fluff and Tough makes a fantastic array of plush toys that we sell throughout the entire year. But during Christmas, they have special edition, limited sometimes toys. And the quality of these toys is greater than any other plush toy we have in our stores. We do a really good job of internally stitching, embroidering, and using this tennis shoe material that's underneath the top layer that makes it more of a challenge for the dogs to get to. So the Fluff and Tough toys, they're very cute, and they're also our favorite. Honestly, being unbiased, although they are a Michigan company, they truly are the best. We do really great with those for sure.
And so it's also a time of the year, the holidays, when people are considering bringing a pet into their family. They may give pets, bring a pet into their family as a gift for their kids or for a spouse. What are your thoughts on that common occurrence during this time and the considerations that should be made by these individuals and by these families that may be considering the holiday season as a time to bring a pet into their home?
So definitely not a big fan of gift giving of pets for, others than your own family. That, we only know our families best. We know the activity level, the time in which, we have the free time. And I really would implore people to do, their due diligence, do their research, and figuring out what the best fit for their family is. More times than not, we've talked families out of getting a pet, because it's just not ideal for their household. You want to do the most ethical thing. This is a living, breathing creature that you want to make sure you're providing the best possible environment for and in the best circumstances. So there's a lot of factors involved. If the pet is for your kids, are they going to be responsible enough? Are they old enough to understand the time that it takes and the work that it takes, over and above and past the fact it's a cute, fluffy guinea pig or a puppy or whatever it may be. So I would say, not a great thing to get a pet for someone that isn't a part of your family unless you clear it with them. You got all the things covered, but just making sure you do as much as you can to prepare and plan for that.
We're joined by Mike Palmer. He's the owner of Premier Pet Supply, joining us on the MegaCast. And earlier on in the pandemic, especially as everyone was back at home working virtually or during the early portions of the pandemic when we had the stay-at-home order, a lot of people at that point in time brought pets into their home and have continued to bring pets into their home incrementally over the course of the pandemic. Have you noticed that because of that, you're seeing more people that are coming into your stores throughout Metro Detroit for your advice and your help as the pandemic's gone on, or did that kind of taper off as we started to go back into?
Well, I think you're absolutely right, and so many people did bring pets into the home. And what's happening now is a lot more people are going back to work into a regular routine. But unfortunately, for those pets that have been used to you being at home, their regular routine is always being around you and always being near you. And so what we try to do is get ahead of the issues that people may have with those pets, because sometimes they may act out, be what people may deem disobedient, when all that is just a lot of built up energy that they have and they're used to exerting throughout the day because you're home with them. So there's different things we can do. We obviously recommend daycare. We recommend getting toys that actually work to occupy the dogs, to stimulate them mentally and work out their energy, and lots of walks throughout the day, things like that. But in general, our customers are great, and they're, they educate themselves, and they understand, the responsibilities that come along with having that pet. But, as things have tapered off, as you said, and there's not as many people bringing pets in, that there was definitely a time, within the last year and a half where a lot of people were.
So we're joined by Mike Palmer, owner of Premier Pet Supply, with us on the MegaCast. And as we mentioned multiple times already, either in your answers or in my questions, you get a lot of people that are regular customers of your store. It's a locally owned business, and they're coming in not only to support a local business, but also to get that more personal consultation over the products that they're considering for their pets, whether it be toys, whether it be food, or some other consideration. What is the difference in service for those that may be considering shopping local or are more regularly shopping either online or big box stores? What's the difference when they go into a locally owned pet store in terms of service that they're being provided when they go somewhere like Premier Pet Supply?
Well, I'll tell you, we have stores full of our teams that are very kind, caring, compassionate, both towards animals and people. I mean, we've got a great environment where people come into our stores because they want to, not because they have to, but we have a culture here where we make sure that people always feel comfortable, they feel confident in their purchases, and they get good information. So we're just not plugging people in just to fill spaces here in our stores. We try to do our best in getting our staff the most resources possible so they know the answers to the questions people have when they come in. I mean, pets are a part of their family, part of everybody's family now. And, there's some concerns and some issues that pop up. And we want to make sure that people are, getting good answers to the questions, are finding good remedies, be it if there's a digestive issue, if there's allergies, if, there's a hip and joint problem or skin and coat, we can cover all those. We carry everything imaginable, that you see at all the big box stores and national chains. We do carry a lot of specialty items, a lot of hard to find stuff, a lot of products that really are worth the experience in coming in. We also have do-yourself dog wash rooms, and we make it fun in here, and we make it give people a reason to want to come in. And there's not many businesses you can bring your pet with you, so you can't do that stuff online. And when you do shop local, 60 to 80% of that money that you spend stays local. And we do our best to make sure we make our customers proud by keeping the money local, supporting local businesses, supporting local small distributors, doing everything we possibly can to make sure that the money spent here stays in our local general area.
And so, Mike, we've heard this across different sectors of business in our economy throughout the pandemic as we've gone back into more of a regular way of doing things later on in the pandemic, especially this year. We've heard a lot about issues that businesses are having with both the supply chain and especially with staffing. In terms of your business, how have things been over the last 6 months or so as we've been dealing with those issues, particularly on the supply chain side, and those continuing issues with staffing across the board, generally speaking?
Sure. So our stores, although still full of product, we've kind of positioned ourselves nicely before this had happened by having just a huge, variety and vast array of products that help offset if one manufacturer may be out of a product. We have a very similar item that we can back that up with. That said, a lot of our suppliers, their fill rate could be as low as 33%, to 60%. Not any one of them right now. We deal with many are anywhere above 85% fill rates. I mean, it's been a struggle, and we are fortunate to say that we still are hanging tight and doing well. On the other side of that, like you mentioned, finding help has been difficult, but we've got a lot of employees. We throughout our stores employ over 200 people, and we've been very fortunate. I will say that, a lot of them are younger and they're teenagers and they're their first job, but man, it's been great to see them kind of coming out of their shell and learning about the products and being able to help people and watching them kind of grow into, it's just great members of our team and our staff for sure.
And so are there jobs still available at Premier Pet Supply at this time if people are looking to change jobs or looking for a job and want to go into a great work environment like you have at your stores?
Yeah, absolutely. There's actually job opportunities at every level at just about each one of our stores, and people can apply by going onto our website, which is premierpetsupply.com. At the bottom of the homepage, it says careers. Click on that. It's a 2 to 3 minute application. It'll all take to get it out to us, and we'll see that. We'll get you in here for an interview, and hopefully we can see if we can get something to work.
And so we are in the week of the Christmas holiday, and then right after that, the week of the New Year holiday. What are your hours this week and next week if people want to go shopping for their pets at a locally owned store?
So we're keeping regular hours throughout this entire week, which is 8:30 to 8. So for Christmas Eve, we're closing at 6 o'clock. We'll be closed on Christmas Day. We get right back into our regular hours. We've got shortened hours on New Year's Eve. We close at 6, and on New Year's Day, we close a little early. But the only 3 days we're closed throughout the year are Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving. So we're here for you guys. We're open even a little bit earlier on Christmas Eve. And we're excited because it should be really busy in here. Got a lot of fun products, a lot of fun things like Justina's donuts that are locally made. She does a great job of kind of handcrafting these. They're awfully cute. And tons of toys, tons of treats, and tons of ways to spoil any pet imaginable, from dogs, cats, small animals, reptiles, whatever it may be.
We're joined by Mike Palmer, the owner of Premier Pet Supply, with 12 locations throughout the Metro Detroit area, including right here just up the street from us on Orchard Lake Road in West Bloomfield Township, where we originate our broadcast. And Mike, you can learn more information at premierpetsupply.com, as well as do some online shopping with the local business as well. And so, Mike, another few minutes with you before we'll say goodbye. Anything else that we haven't discussed today that you'd like to talk about, or anything else you'd like to say before we let you go?
Well, I really appreciate you guys having me. I wish you all a great holiday. And also through our website, like you said, we do provide free local home delivery within 10 miles of any one of our locations. I'm actually one of the delivery boys. And so if you put an order in at $25 or more, we'll deliver that to you within a day to 48 hours at the most. So we're full service here. You know, we really try our best to do our best by everyone that walks through the door. And I really do appreciate the support. We love the West Bloomfield community.
Mike, we appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.